Hello and welcome to Zazumi. I'm Sheri Barbera and we are all about YouTube for entrepreneurs and business owners if you want to nail your video marketing strategy and branding with YouTube. And today we're talking about how to find your most profitable niche, because people like freak out when I say niche, your most profitable niche on like anything, social media, but of course, especially YouTube. So how do you nail your most profitable niche on YouTube? Today, we're going to cover the simple, easy, actionable steps that you want to take to identify not only the correct niche for you, but your super niche. And this is what I call it because this is how you are actually going to attract your target customer, target viewer, the fastest. And I'm also going to show you a tool that you can use to see just how profitable that actually is. So to get right into it, how do you start your research? Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to go backwards. And I'm going to pop over to Sal for a second because I know that sounds crazy, right? It sounds crazy, but here we go. So here we are. Hello. And, and let's see who's here today. Dale is here. Hello, Dale. Welcome, welcome. Great to see you. Munachi is here. Hello, and welcome, Munachi. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And Rob is here as well. Hello, Rob. Welcome. This is great. So listen, guys. I know it sounds weird to start backwards when you're trying to figure out what your super niche is. All right. Let's go back to the slides. But you do want to start backwards. You actually want to start with what is the product or service that you're selling? Because this is the key to your YouTube channel. If you're not doing an interest channel, which I would call a vlog, or, if you're doing like an interest channel where you're not literally selling your product as the main focus of your channel, although this is YouTube for business, so I hope you're selling something, then you also want to super niche anyway, because you want to grow your channel as quickly as possible. And so if that is the case and it's not a product or service, still your interest, you want to focus that down as far as you possibly can. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. And look, Keith is here with a new channel name, Live Free Arizona. All right, Keith, good for you. I want to see what this is all about.
It could have been
looks
so much,
interesting.
If he was Bruce Willis, it could have been so much worse. But I'm not saying anything. He knows what I mean.
Okay. So the next thing you want to do is you want to target your exact client or viewer. And what do I mean by that? I mean the correct person who actually is going to watch your videos, who's going to subscribe to your videos, because it really doesn't matter if a whole bunch of people subscribe and they don't watch, right? The most important thing that YouTube will reward you for is watch time.
Huge.
So how do you do that? You want to solve whatever their problems are, and particularly their number one problem. That is the best way for you to figure out who your target client, customer, or viewer is. So then expand that to what are the top 25. And I do this with my clients. And I'm giving this to you for free. So this is the way that I do it. First, you start with what is their number one problem, and then you build out to what are their top 25 problems. Then you go from there and you build out to what are the top 100 problems, and guess what? You've got your first 100 videos. So that's how easy it is to figure out what you should be posting as videos to your exact target market. Next, your product or service plus your target client equals your niche. And what I mean by that is, what are the top problems that they have? This is how you narrow down to what I've called your super niche, because then you start to really, really focus. What I mean by that is, and of course I'm using Sal as an example, green screen comedy. What is his product or service? It's comedy. That's what his product or service is. It's how to get people to laugh, because everybody needs to laugh, right? But what if what if the entire focus of his comedy was cats? Would that attract enough people? Probably it would, but how does he get people even faster, right? So, he could do funny comedy about cats and he's going to attract people like her, right? Because she's going to be the perfect person because she's going to laugh. But then what if he niches down a little bit further and he focuses on real cat lovers? Because obviously there are people who love cats and hate cats, right? So you've got both sides of the coin. And if he focuses down on cat lovers, what does that mean exactly? Well, you would actually think that there are people that hate cats as well, because they get a real kick out of the mean, rotten things that cats can do to other people, right? So, okay. What about if they were not just cat lovers, but what about the problems that cat lovers have? Now we're starting to create a super niche, because we started with a broad category. Cats are huge, right? But if we narrow it down to cat lovers, which, cuts that right in half, right? So half people love them, half people hate them. If we cut that right down in half and we've got cat lovers, but now we focus on the problems that cat lovers have, it starts to make it a little bit easier. Like, what do you do when your cat goes to attack you when all you're doing is trying to feed it? Or what do you do when, X, Y, and Z? So you find your target client. So these people might, she might think it's not really that funny. This one thinks, it's pretty funny, but she thinks it's hysterical. This is your target client at first, okay? At first. So you can always grow your channel and build out from there, but you want to grow your channel as quickly as possible. And truly the best way to do that is to super niche. So I'm just going to go over to Sal and me because I hear questions coming in or comments. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to see what they're all about. So let's see. Manachi says, I have a skincare beauty business. Many people aren't helping me. I want to be active in my business this month and get more customers. I'm not financially stable and don't have a YouTube channel. This is a perfect comment. Wait, I think you have a second comment here. Please help me. Okay, so this is what I mean about your focus. So first you say, I have a skincare beauty business. All right, so skincare is what your focus is, but what kind of skincare? Is it skincare for women of color? Now you're starting to niche, right? Is it skincare for women who have bad acne? Is it skincare for women who are in their 20s? Who is it for?
I got one.
What?
How about cat exfoliation? Cat exfoliation.
I don't think that's going to work, honey.
Well, you don't mind if I use it?
Especially with the fur,
right.
But you could use it.
Okay.
So that's a great question, and that is a great way to look at it, because I want you to think about everything that I'm telling you. I want you to think about, how does it relate to you? How does it relate to your channel? How does it relate to your business? How can you niche the same way? And what I'm showing you is that there are very broad categories. Beauty is an enormous category. Skincare starts to narrow it down, because beauty could just be makeup, right? It could just be hair. There's a whole lot of things that have to do with beauty, right? It could just be fashion. There's a lot with beauty. But the fact that you said skincare, I love that, because it already starts to narrow it down. So now you want to really focus down on what kind of skincare are you offering. And when you use the words, the keywords that your target client uses, now you're starting to figure out how to attract the exact right client. And these keywords need to go in the name of your channel. These keywords need to go in the tags for your channel, the titles, the thumbnails, the content that you produce. You need to target very specifically, and this is what I'm showing you. So every gender with many conditions and many occasions and lifestyle. No. See, this is what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is that you cannot be broad. When you're starting, you don't even have a YouTube channel yet, okay? So you are not a 1 million subscriber YouTuber who can talk about everything. You cannot do that. When you're starting your YouTube channel, you must super niche down from a huge broad category of health and beauty down to one specific client that you want to talk to. You want to talk to a person. You want them to feel like you are speaking directly to them. And they are the one whose problem you are going to solve, because you can't solve the problems of the world. You can only...
Are you talking about focusing on a gender and an age group?
Yes.
And really
yes.
focusing...
Right.
Because I know that most people, the older they get, the more they worry about their skin. Or more things happen to
well,
their
you say
skin.
that, but when you're a teenager and you're covered in pimples,
there's that.
right? Then you're like, oh my God, what the hell did I do to fix this? I look gross. And and so there's that kind of skincare for teenagers. Then there's skincare for people in their 20s. There's skincare for people in their 30s. It's not the same. There's skincare for men, very different from skincare for women. So how do you do that? You have to niche down. You must super niche if you want to attract the correct people who will grow your channel quickly. That's the only way as a new YouTuber to actually build a channel fast, okay? If you look at our subscriber count, we haven't even hit 1,000 subscribers yet. Why is that? It's because we are in a broad category, YouTube for business. That's a broad category still, okay? Even though it's narrowed down from just business, it is specifically YouTube for business, it's still broad. If we had said that we are YouTube for women who have just started a business and all we are dealing with is women startup owners, and we are going to show women startup owners, okay, we have super niche down. We have one person in mind, we can visualize them, we understand what all their problems are, but we are not doing that, and that's why our channel is growing more slowly. It's because we want to help as many people in business as possible. So, well, now she says, okay, thanks for the advice. You're welcome, honey. It's hard, right? It's hard, but this is the way you grow your channel much more quickly. So this is what I want you to do, is grow as fast as you can. So what is my special, unique, I don't think anybody else is doing this, one-of-a-kind way to find your ideal client? It is a new way to do research. And I thought of it this week and I'm so excited about it. So what do you want to do? You want to start with, oh my God, Instagram. And here I am, a YouTuber talking about Instagram. But why? Why would I say that? Well, it's so obvious to me now. It's because Instagram is such a visual space, right? It's such a visual space that people who are all excited about what their focus is, okay, they niche for you. In fact, they even sometimes super niche for you on Instagram. If they're into cats, and that's what we're focusing on today, it's just cats because I wanted to make it very simple. Because in YouTube, there are 15 categories, broad major categories that you can put your YouTube channel under. And under those 15 categories is a category about animals. And animals is huge. That could be zebras. That could be farm animals. That could be pets, right? So there are so many different kinds of animals that we could talk about. And yet, how do you niche down from that? Well, now I'm saying cats. Okay, so I've just eliminated probably 5,000 different kinds of animals, more, right? 5,000 different kinds of animals. I've narrowed it down to cats. Well, what about cats? Okay, so now I've narrowed it down to cat lovers. Now I'm talking about people and their cats. So now I've narrowed it down. Well, how am I narrowing it down even further? I'm saying cat problems. Cat lovers with problem cats. Not everybody has a problem cat, but there are many people who have cats that have problems. And sometimes even people who don't have problem cats have problems because they're not sure how to get their cat to do X, Y, or Z. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about using Instagram, because Instagram, so cool, gives you super niches. So if I just were to type in cats in Instagram, which is what I did, look at what comes up. Cats, of course. Cat memes. What does that mean? Well, that means that that is the number one thing after cats, after the word cats, that people search for. They search for memes about cats. What is next? Catskill Mountains. What the heck does that have to do with cats? Zero, right? So it's interesting. You have to be careful how you search. So I should have done quotes around the word cats. But anyway, look at this. Cats of Instagram comes up as the very first account under just the word cat. So that's pretty amazing, right? So cats, cuties, cats doing things, cats vibe. Let's keep going. The top category is cats. So how do I discover what the top subcategories are? Well, I just figured out that cat memes are the first number one subcategory, but what else? Well, the way to do that is to actually go to cats. You literally hit return and say, okay, I want to see what happens with cats. And this is what comes up in Instagram, memes. So that's the number one. Number two is kitty. People say kitty. Then Oriental, tuxedo, ginger, Canadian, fluffy, Persian. Okay, well, these are all subcategories of the broad major category of cats. See how we are starting to learn about subcategories and niching down. So then the top search term is cats. So what if I go to, oh, that was me. What if I go to cats of Instagram and see what happens when I go to cats of Instagram? Okay, let's do that. Well, I discover that cats of Instagram alone has almost 13 million followers. Does that mean that this is a good niche for a comedy channel? What do you think? I mean, yeah, put it in the chat. What do you think? I mean, I think obviously this is a dynamite niche for a comedy channel. So if you want to focus on something about cats, there are millions and millions of people just on Instagram. This isn't even any other social media platform that are obsessed with things that have to do with cats. Because look at this, over 16,000 posts on cats garnered over 12 million followers. And this is the kind of content that they show on there. And look at this, you know, cats in clear plastic containers. People are so mean to their cats, aren't they? I mean, look at this poor foot and look at this smashed in thing. But this is what people like to watch about cats. Look at this, 707,275 views of this. And look at the hashtags, because this is another way for you to understand how you can niche down and even super niche by going to Instagram and looking at Instagram accounts. What are the hashtags they use to get people to come to look at these posts? Meow, Catsagram, Cute Pet Club, Weekly Fluff, that's cute. Cat Lovers, Cat Lover, look at that, Cat Lover and Cat Lovers. Cat Life, Instacat, Meow Kittens, Kitty, you know, there's like, look at all this, so much here. Adopt, Don't Shop, Kittens of Instagram, Cute Cats, Love Cats. So already they are giving you a ton of ideas of the kind of content that you can make videos about. And this is what I want you to understand when you go and do your own research for your super niche on Instagram. Look at this adorable, 124,000 likes on this adorable photo of this cat. I do love this. It's really hilarious. So Cute Pet Club, Weekly Fluff, I mean, the same kind of stuff. They post it over and over again, hashtags, but it's a way for you to start to understand what will get viewers to come to your YouTube channel. These hashtags are your tags, okay? These are the tags, the keywords and the tags, because YouTube calls them tags when you put them in the back end of your video that you upload to YouTube. They are called tags. Then when you do your description, you want to pepper it with these words so that you start to attract the right people, right? And you can also use these hashtags. Hashtags on Instagram are the way that people find new content. And hashtags on YouTube have become huge. And it's one of the reasons why every single time we post something, a new video on YouTube, I use the hashtag Zazumi, all one word, Zazumi, as a hashtag, because if you were to go into the search box on YouTube and type in the hashtag Zazumi, our videos would come up. And it's just a super fast way for me to say to a client or a new customer, oh, you want to see the content that we make? Okay, we'll just go to YouTube, type in the search bar hashtag Zazumi, and you'll just see all our videos. You know, if you don't want to go to the channel, this is just a super fast way to see how it is. So what happens with the hashtag cats? Well, on Instagram, there is something called the hashtag explore tag. And it shows you the trending hashtags on Instagram that are related to the explore tag. Now, if you just type a hashtag into the search bar, you are exploring. Basically, that's what you're doing. It's going to show you the average number of daily posts. And this is going to blow your mind when I show you the next thing. These are just daily posts, okay? So keep in mind on YouTube, that there are over 1 billion views a day on YouTube, okay? There are 2 billion users every single month on YouTube. But in a day, there are over 1 billion views. But what are they viewing? Well, if you go on Instagram, you are gonna be able to see with hashtags what people are viewing, if they use a hashtag, which they all do because that's what Instagram is all about. So now let's look at this. If you use the hashtag cats, 130 million posts in one day. In one day, 130 million posts. So what does that tell you about cat lovers? It tells you that cat lovers, God, they really love their cats, don't they? So this is how you can start to understand and discover for yourself within your own niche and category, what are people actually searching for? So let's keep going, and I'm going to drill down in this. If you went to the hashtag cats, you would start to see the actual content of what people are posting. And then I thought it'd be fun to just look at that really closely, because it's everything from, you know, what do cats do that make that's a problem cat, right? So unpopular cats. And this is the thing that unpopular cats do. And then what else? Well, the cutest things in the world, little kitties, right? So as cute as could be, little kitties in a banana boat. And then what kind of hashtags are those? Well, cats picture, cats, cat lover, cats of the day, cats of Instagram, cats of the world, cat delight, cat, you know, blah, 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 blah. So this is how you can start to look and understand by looking at the posts, looking at the hashtags. What are people searching for? Because this is what people search under, these hashtags. And that's how the posts come up. That's how they find a new account. That's how they start to follow someone else on Instagram. And this is how they will start to follow you on YouTube. So I'm going to go over to Sal and me. And who else is here? Hello, Sheila. Welcome to you. We love seeing you. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know who else is here, but please let us know who else is here. And thank you for those likes. You know I love those likes, so thank you very much. Thank you very much for doing that. And if you have any questions about what I'm showing you about this really brand new way of figuring out your super niche, put it in the comments, put it in the chat, and we'll answer it. You know, so that's what we're here for. So we will answer that for you. That is the goal. If you type in cat lover, okay, 55 million posts in one day that have to do with the hashtag cat lover. But now I'm going to show you additional niches that you can super niche down to. So cat lovers in the world. This is a niche because now we're down to only 1.2 million people, right? 1.2 million posts. Cat lover club, even narrower, 325,000. That's even narrower. Cat lovers of Instagram, even fewer, 199,000. And this is Cat Lovers Day, Cat Lover XOXO, cute. Cat Lovers Unite. So what I'm showing you is how to super niche by looking at the hashtags that come up under cat lover. These are things that Sal could use if he were doing cats and talking about cats. He could say, you know, one of his videos could be about cat lovers of the world. Like, wow, are there cat lovers all over the world? What do they do with their cats? What does that look like? He could show stuff. He could make jokes about it. Cat lovers club. What is a cat lovers club? I'm sure he could make a ton of jokes about cat lovers club. So there's just all of these ways for you to think about how do you super niche in your category with the same content. Now, I have said let's narrow it down even more to just cat problems. So how do we discover the top 25 cat problems on Instagram? Well, the best way to do that is just simply to type in cat problems and see what happens. What happens is, number one, cat people problems. So if we were to go to that account, I think what we would find is what are the problems people have with cats. Number two,
That's the name of the account, Cat
that
People
is the
Problems?
name of the account on Instagram, cat.people.problems. And then the next thing is the hashtag, cat problems, of which today, just today, 332,641 posts. And if you were to go to Instagram right now and you were to type in hashtag cat problems, I would almost guarantee you that that number would be higher. Because when I did my slides compared to right now was many, many hours ago, and people are constantly posting. So you will see that everything is changing and evolving, and you will learn more and more and more by checking this stuff out. So thin hair problems, problem cats, cat problems with an S, and then we go to car. So we don't want car.
Hey, Sam Santiago's in the house.
Hey, hello, Sam. I'm going to pop over to us. How great.
Hello, Sam.
Great to see you, Sam. So what I'm talking about right now, and I don't know if you guys have just, you know, whoever has just shown up, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Sam, for being here. It is so vitally important when you are trying to grow your channel as quickly as possible to super niche. And you can always expand into other parts of your niche, your vertical that you have on YouTube. But when you want to grow so much more quickly, you want to be as narrow as possible and then expand out. And Sam has recently changed the focus of his channel, just like Keith is changing the focus of his channel as well. And so what you want to do to grow that as quickly as possible is to try to narrow down what your comedy is about, what your channel is about. And so for Sam, I know that you're focusing more on comedy. And if your comedy is about Arizona, that's already narrowing it down. If your comedy is about how you hate Arizona and yet you live here, that is even narrower. So how do you focus down and find your target audience? It's by saying verbally, you know, and by putting in your keywords and your titles and your thumbnails and your hashtags and the tags on your YouTube channel and your description, all of the exact people that you're trying to target. And that's the way that you do it.
All of the exact people.
Yeah. I mean,
what does that mean?
You want to use the words that your target audience will respond to.
Okay.
You don't want to be vague. You don't want to use the wrong words. So you want to look at, this is why I'm using Instagram, because on Instagram, you will already find super niches, number one. Number two, you will already see the words that they use. And those are the words that the people are using who are super niche down already. Look at the comments. What are people saying? Those are the words that you want to use. Look at when they post on their account, what do they say? What are the words that they're using to attract people? Then what are the hashtags? These are all keywords. And so that is how you want to figure it out. So Sheila said, and stick a cat at the front of your video. Yeah. I mean, so if you're talking about cats, you want to be sure that you are really actually talking about cats. And because YouTube is a visual medium, that's what it's all about.
Yep.
That should be the first thing on your video. Thank you, Sheila. Yeah. Great point. Point made. Point taken. Love it. Okay. For example, good morning. I woke up my parents by scratching the side of the bed, jumping on top of them and nibbling their arms, pushing mom's phone off her nightstand. Happy Thursday. I mean, this is like a cat problem. And what are the hashtags? Cute but psycho, cat life, cat problems. You know, I mean, you are going to just find cute but psycho. I love that. So this could be a really fun video title. My cat or cat, cute but psycho. Like these are the things that will attract people. And then you want to see how many people have actually viewed this post. That's the next thing you want to do, because if it's been a lot, well, yeah, I mean, so this was only out there for 8 hours when I looked at it, and it had 41 likes in 8 hours. And I'm ready for my second breakfast. And don't forget that 11 means 11 a.m. sharp. So if you own a cat, then you know cats are like, hello. Didn't you say you were going to feed me now? Feed me. So this is a cat problem. And that would be under, rescue cat, fat cat, chonky cat, ginger cat, orange cat, feed me, spoiled cat, hungry cat. Great tags. If you want to do a video about, are you on time for your cat's lunch and things like that. Okay, keep going. So what is my second, never used before, go-to for research to find your super niche? Pinterest. Pinterest is so ideal for this, because now on Pinterest, if you just type in cat problems, because now you've already narrowed it down, thankfully, through Instagram, now you go to Pinterest and you say, okay, what are people actually looking for that I can just visually see, like the whole thing all at once? You go to Pinterest, you type in cat problems, and boom, look at this. Cat, cat, cat. There's a bunch of other weird stuff that comes up. Dogs, cat, 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 cat. So if you scroll down, you just start to see, number one, titles for your videos. Number two, the content that people are looking at and searching for. Number three, visuals. So all of this is gold. And this is such a great way for you to do your own super niche research. So first you start with Instagram. Once you get it narrowed down to your super niche, then you go to Pinterest and you start to find exactly what those problems are. What do you do next? Now you can start asking people questions. Where do you do that? Facebook, of course. Facebook groups. Facebook groups. And that is, it's not just Facebook, it's Facebook groups. So what you want to do is you want to type in what your super niche is going to be, which in this case we're saying cat problems, and look what comes up. Cat problems advice group. Cat problems and solution, cat problems advice. Already that's exactly what we wanted, right? So now what happens? Well, here's an example group. So Cat Problems and Advice is the name of the group. They have 23,000 members and they post 30 posts a day. And the reason why this is a great group to be a part of is not just because of the number of members, it's how many posts a day, because you want an active group. Even if a group has 100,000 members or whatever, if they do not actively post, that is not a good group for you. You need a group that is actively posting that you can then go into and you can start asking questions. Wow, what's your biggest cat problem today? Or how did you solve it? What did you do? What is your cat like? Why do you have cat problems? Think of all the questions that you can ask in the group, join the group, and then start to ask all these questions. And you are just going to get a ton of material for your YouTube channel. You are going to start to build your ideal client base because now you're in a group that's specifically focused on your super niche. And these are the people that you can start to say, hey guys, you know what? I am starting a YouTube channel. It is going to be all about solving cat problems. If you're interested, this is going to be the name of it. What do you think? Ask questions so that you get even better answers and you can be better about your channel. Now, what are standard research options? I have just given you some really phenomenal, unique ways to do research. I have never seen anyone ever talk about these before. I have never seen anyone talk about Instagram as a place to figure out not only your niche, but your super niche, because people are going to super niche for you. And then how to go to Pinterest to just get bombarded by so much content that you can then make videos around. It is just an excellent dynamic way for you to start to figure it out really quickly. But what are the standard ways that people are doing it? And these are things that I have talked about many, many times. You want to go to Google, for example, and type in cat problems, and the drop down that happens is going to be specifically what people have been searching for in the last week. The most searches, okay? Cat problem book, cat problems and solutions, cat problems read aloud, cat problem meme, cat problems pooping, cat problems picture book, cat problems with back legs. I mean, this is just going to give you a whole bunch of information.
So Google is more specific.
Google, in a sense,
it doesn't add in dogs. It doesn't add in people.
You're right.
It's cat. It's
you are
specifically
right.
Cat problem.
You are right. So specifically, if you go to Google, you're not going to get a bunch of crap that has nothing related to what you're looking for and what you're searching for. And yet, I think that doesn't really matter when you go to, for example, Pinterest, and you type in what it is that you're looking for. You should do quotes around the word, which is what I didn't do. Do quotes around the word so that you don't get cat skills and you don't get cars and you don't get all that kind of crap. You're just going to get exactly what you're looking for, because when you do quotes on either side of exactly what you're looking for, then you get that. Okay, and I didn't do that. So, okay, comments or questions, please put them in the chat, put them in the comments below, and I will be so happy. We will be so happy to answer them. My cutie with his white glasses. So look at this. What came up when I typed in cat problems and solutions? 180 million results. 180 million results in 0.67 seconds. I love Google. So 8 common cat behavior and health problems and solutions. People also ask, what are normal cat problems? What is the most common behavior problem? How do you solve cat problems? What is wrong with my cat? What is wrong with my cat? Oh my God, that's that is such gold. Is that gold or what? That's like a perfect video title. What is wrong with my cat?
People want to know what's wrong with your cat.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
Of course it is.
I love that so much. And then, as Keith mentioned last week, you want to use the SERP box, search engine results page box. The people also ask box on Google, where you will you type in what you're searching for, and then Google also says, hey, people also ask this. And that is this box right here, okay? That's what that is all about. So, YouTube. Of course, as a YouTuber, you want to go to YouTube, you want to go to the search, and you start typing in your search, cat problems, and you will get a drop down of the videos. Okay, what are people searching for on YouTube? Cat problems, cat book, cat problems read aloud, cat problems story John. All of this stuff is huge. And much of this mimics Google. So that's really interesting, right? Well, not so interesting. I mean, Google being the #1 search engine in the world and YouTube being the second hugest search engine in the world. So of course you want to go to both of them and do your research. and see what comes up and see what people are saying and see how many people are viewing. This one has 816,000 views. These cats need serious help with their anger management. My cat from hell. Okay, so you can see, yeah, a lot of people watch this, okay? A lot of people watch this stuff. So what are YouTube, I couldn't resist, cat. What are YouTube categories that you can figure out? Where are you going to put your YouTube channel? And this is something that you can actually change. However, I don't recommend it. I recommend you figure out as much as you possibly can the category that you want to put your YouTube channel under. And the way that you do this is in YouTube Studio. When you're setting up your channel, you want to choose a category. You can only choose one for your YouTube channel. Why would you bother doing that? You do that so that YouTube itself knows where to place your videos. It is a huge, broad category, but you are starting to narrow it down for them. And if you look at the 15 categories, look at how broad they are. Film and animation. I mean, my God, autos and vehicles. There are cars, there are boats, there are trains, there are trucks, there are planes, there are, tricycles, I mean, my gosh, motorcycles. There are so many kinds of vehicles. There are just so many kinds of autos, aren't there? So you can see how these enormously broad categories don't mean anything in the giant scheme of how are people going to find you. And that is why, Munachi, I said, do not be broad, because no one is going to be able to find you. You need to focus down as much as you possibly can, narrow down to a super niche so that under the category of how to and style, which is what beauty would fall under, how to and style, now people will understand it's skincare. But who is it skincare for? This is how you super niche down. Okay, super niche. What is comedy? Well, comedy can be stand-up. It can be parody. It can be music parody. It can be a comedy show. It can be a comedy troupe. It can be a comedy trio. My gosh, there are so many different kinds of comedy, right? There's not just one type of comedy. And what does entertainment mean? So many different kinds of entertainment. So when you think about the category that you want to put your YouTube channel under, you want to also think about what are the most profitable categories on YouTube. And those are music, comedy and entertainment, how to and style, and technology. Those are the top profitable categories. So now if you think about it, you want to start to put your channel under those categories already to begin with. And then you want to super niche down in the most profitable categories to figure out what is your best super niche. That is your most profitable super niche. Well, how do you figure that out? So this is the top tool, in my opinion, for finding out, and that is Google's keyword research. You will find out the cost per thousand that advertisers will pay for specific keywords. And this is how you start to understand what is your most profitable niche on the category that is the most profitable for your channel. And this is, as a business person, why wouldn't you try to fall under something that is going to find you the most profitable place to be? So Google Keyword Planner Tool is the way that advertisers figure out what it's going to cost them for a keyword. For you, it's a great way for you to discover how much people are willing to pay for certain keywords. Why does that matter to you? It matters to you because if you start to use the most expensive keywords, this is how you are going to attract those type of viewers, right? The people who are willing to spend the most money and the advertisers who are willing to spend the most money. So sign into your Google account, click on Discover New Keywords, and then Type in your long tail keyword. And what I mean by a long tail keyword is that one word is a keyword, yes, but a full sentence is a long tail keyword. That's what it's called. A full sentence is also a keyword. So you can type in, what are the top 25 cat problems? And that is a long tail keyword. But so is cat problems. That is a long tail keyword. So you want to type in whatever keyword you are looking for.
Cats with long tails.
Cats with long tails or cats with problems. And then you want to see what you might earn, okay? What advertisers will pay. And that's what will come up on the bottom right side. That is what will come up. So what are the 5 most, in 2020, this is not even 2021, this changes yearly. What were the 5 most expensive keywords in Google Ads in 2020? Business services. Paid $58.64 per click. Is that insane?
Wow.
Cost per click. That's what CPC is, average cost per click. Isn't that insane? So business services, bail bonds, casino, lawyer, asset management. These were the top 5 keywords that advertisers paid the most money for. So what is another great research tool for you? WordStream. It is called WordStream. WordStream is $49 a month, but they do have a free one that's called wordstream.com keywords. However, you can only do a certain amount of searches in that, so it's quite limited, but it's still pretty darn cool because you can search not only by your keyword, your long tail keyword, but by industry. This is where within your category, so that's what I mean by, they call it industry, but look, arts and entertainment, autos and vehicles, beauty and fitness, look familiar? Yeah. So it's a little bit more broken down, but not a whole lot than YouTube. Pets and animals, occasions and gifts. You can search by industry and country if you want to. You could search by the world if you want to, but I just put in US, pets and animals, cat lovers. So you could see that the least expensive is a penny, which is like, you're not going to make any money with that. $2.89 cost per click. So $2.89, and you're going to make a percentage of that if you are monetized by YouTube. So is that a great category? No. I mean, it doesn't compare in the least to $58 cost per click. On the other hand, if you want to attract a huge group of people that you have also super niched down on, maybe a couple million people that click for $2.89, okay, I think you could probably deal with that, right? So you need to think about all of the different parts of how this works. If you want to be a 1 million subscriber YouTube, where do you start? You start exactly where they did at 0. So if you want to get from 0 to 1,000, and the reason I say 1,000 is because at 1,000 and 4,000 watch hours, you can join the YouTube Partner Program and start to monetize your channel. Now, as a business person, yeah, that's great, but that is not my goal. As a business person on YouTube, it's to attract customers off of YouTube to buy my products and services, right? So that is my goal as a business person. So I don't really care about the monetization 1,000 subscriber thing as much because I know I already have people that come off of YouTube and purchase my products and services. But if your goal, like most YouTubers, is to hit that YouTube Partner Program, then you must get 1,000 subscribers. So the next pinnacle is 100,000 because that's where you get a play button from YouTube. And then the next pinnacle is 1 million because that's where you get the next super cool play button. How do you do that? Well, you start by super niching down so that you can go from 0 to 1,000 fast. Okay, you don't want it to be as slow as if you were broad. Okay, you don't want to be broad. When you hit 100,000 subscribers, you can start to expand out within your niche more broadly than your narrow, super niche, because now you've already got subscribers. Now people already know you. So if you want to talk about more than just skincare, Nachi, you can. Now, if you want to talk about skincare for more people, go ahead because you've already got your subscriber base. And this is when you can start to experiment a lot more at 100,000. Now, when you hit 1 million subscribers, you've got a lot of people who love your content. This is when you can start to say to them, hey guys, I would like to talk about XYZ. What do you think? And you might get 250,000 that are like, not interested, but you might get people who are like, woo, you know, we're there for you. We love this. So this is how you start to figure out and grow your channel super fast. So to recap, you want to start backwards. You want to start with your product and service. What is your product or service, or both, if it's both, or your interest? Okay, if you don't have a business YouTube channel, what is your interest? What is your product or service? Start with that, number one. Number two, who is the target viewer and client for your products or services? Who do you want to attract? How do you figure that out? Well, you figure that out by saying to yourself, what's their number one problem? What are their top 25 problems? How do you figure that out? Then you do your research on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook groups. Then you do your broad category searches on Google and YouTube. Then you go to your research tools. So that is how you figure out how to super niche in your channel to grow it as fast as you possibly can. Questions? What are the questions you have about this? Please put them in the comments below or in the chat right now because we're live, and I will answer them. And there is a slight delay while I'm on Ecamm here. So the software I'm using is Ecamm to do all this cool stuff that I'm doing here, like putting me in a circle and using this fun arrow and being able to show my slides in a fun way. It's all done on Ecamm. So that makes a slight delay. So just go ahead and put your questions in the chat and Sal and I will answer them. So as I said last week, we have a new website that we're working on, Zazumi, different boot camps that we're going to be offering. One is Canva. The next, of course, is YouTube. And finally, we're going to show you how to make your own course. We're going to do a course on how to make courses, which I'm really, really excited about.
That's cool.
I know. So, but it's taking me so much longer. I'm using Kajabi. It is taking me a long time. There is a steep learning curve on Kajabi. Like I could have done, I'm going to pop over to us, honey. I could have done Teachable. I could have done Thinkific. I could have done, there's a bunch of platforms where you can build not only a website, but then also have courses and memberships and things like that. I did try a bunch of other platforms.
You came back to Kajabi.
And I came back to Kajabi. And yet it's really, I mean, it is such a steep learning curve that even for me, and I'm like a super nerd, you guys know this about me, I'm a super nerd. It's like, oh my God, I keep telling you guys that I'm going to be doing this workshop on Canva for lead magnets, and I swear to you, I am. I now have pushed it out to November because it is really hard for me. It is really hard for me to get this going. I'm trying. Okay, I'm working on it, and I'm going to do it, and I am going to do a Canva Bootcamp first. So Canva Bootcamp is going to be for all the designs you need for a YouTube business. What can you make with Canva for your YouTube channel? Thumbnails, intros, outros, end screens, banners, icons, videos, shorts, backgrounds, end frames. There is a ton of stuff that you can make. And the workshop that I am going to be doing with you guys is how to design your own lead magnet for YouTube. And now I've pushed it out to Thursday, November 4th. I'm like, oh, please give me like thumbs up and, you know, hope and help on this because I really, really want it to be on November 4th, which is a Thursday. What is a lead magnet? For those of you that don't know, a lead magnet is a way to get people to sign up for your newsletter, to sign up for your email, because YouTube does not give you people's email, and you may build your 1,000 subscriber, 100,000 subscriber, million subscriber YouTube channel. And if you get copyright strikes or if something happens to YouTube, God forbid, I mean, things do happen, right? You do not own your subscriber base. So the only way to be able to stay in touch with people is to get their email address. So this is why you need a lead magnet. You need a lead magnet. So if you want to be notified of what is going to happen, join our newsletter. The details are in the description below this video when I post them, which I will right after this video is over. I'll put them in the description right below this video. So just go into the description below the video and you can click on that and join up for our newsletter. Woo! So next week is almost Halloween, and you guys know how much we love to dress up, right? So next week, next week is going to be how to make trending shorts on Canva fast. And Canva is like, I'm going to go to us, honey. Oh my gosh. Canva is so much fun to do anything Halloween. You can make videos, you can make overlays, like the way that you're seeing us right now. This is called an overlay for eCam, and I made this overlay in Canva, and this part, this transparent part that shows us in our cameras, is I'm able to do that by making a PNG file, and then deleting, this was white, and then deleting the white part, which was this, and making it transparent, which is so cool. So we can do all this super cool stuff. Like, I just love Canva so much.
Well, Canva has added so many elements and videos.
Oh my gosh.
And photos, so many things that, how many different, I went to Canva today and I typed one thing and just for a video to use as a background, or maybe to use as part of my video, because you can do that.
Right.
And I can insert myself into a video if it's a good. There were so many options, I couldn't even believe it.
It is mind-boggling. It is mind-boggling.
They're just constantly making new content, new material for you to use.
For you to use. And this is what I want you to understand.
All free to use. I don't know if people understand. It's all free to use.
Well,
I mean, you can just use it in your video.
Most of it is free to use.
Well,
however,
I'm not talking about cost-wise. I'm saying you can use it in your video without getting into trouble from anyone. It's free use.
So either if you're using the free version of Canva, then if something is for the pro version, which is the paid version of Canva, which is what we have, then you could just pay for it separately. And like some things are $1, just $1 for this or $3
for your video.
For that.
So what?
Yeah. And if you want to use the music on Canva, because Canva even has music, which is so awesome. It's like $3 to get a license, or $5 or something like that, to get a license for a one-time use of that video with that music on YouTube. So wow, like you can take it from Canva, put it in your video on Canva, download it, pay for the license unless it's pro, and then it's included, and then upload it to YouTube, and yeah, it is already licensed to you. So you're not going to get a copyright strike. And even if anything were to happen, you just contact Canva and say, hey, and they take care of it. So, which is pretty awesome, isn't it? Pretty amazing. Okay, so next Tuesday, we're going to be talking about how to make trending. And by trending, I mean holidays, because what's coming up? Halloween, right? So what do you want to make for Halloween? You want to make sales, your Halloween sales. You want to, whatever it is for your business that you want to make, or you just want to make fun Halloween related videos. I am going to show you how to make Halloween shorts in Canva that you are going to love. And it is just, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. I just absolutely love it.
Are we going to be in costume next week?
We are going to be in costume. So if you guys want to be in costume as well, we would love that. Show up with costume. I don't know if you realized, I'm going to pop back to us for a second. I don't know if you realize that you can change your icon for your YouTube channel. So when you're in the chat, whatever it is the icon is for your channel is going to show up in the chat. Well, you could just change that for the live stream, and you could wear your Halloween costume and be part of this if you want to. We would absolutely love that. Or you could, the other thing that you could do is you could pre-send us photographs of you in Halloween costume, or a video of you in Halloween costume. Maybe we'll show it. Right? Might be fun, because we love Halloween. That's like our favorite. Well, because you dress up. Okay, so if you're a newbie, take my YouTube Masterclass. The links are in the description below this video. It is a hugely comprehensive 6-module course on everything you need to know about YouTube from A to Z, like how to start your channel, YouTube Studio, how to film, how to edit, how to make money, how to promote, everything is in there. If you like this video, please give it a like. You know I love those likes. Leave your comments below the video. Share it if you know someone who needs to know about how to super niche. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We would love for you to subscribe. And that is the way you will get notified when we post our next videos. So, as always, if you haven't started your channel, why not? Is it because you don't believe in yourself as a person who could be on YouTube? Yes, you can. You must just take that leap, jump off into the fabulous, beautiful waters of YouTube. Learn how to swim. You will do it just fine. Keep your head up. Okay, that's number one. Keep your head up.
Good metaphor.
Keep your head above water. Just believe in yourself. You are the you in YouTube, and so am I. So we, you and I, are the you in YouTube, and you are my, really what makes it so incredibly awesome. So I am just going to go back to us. Actually, I'm going to go back. Yeah, I'm going to go back to us, and I am just going to see what are people saying. What is going on here?
There's some things.
Okay, so Keith said, great content. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You cannot remove backgrounds unless you're a pro.
That's right.
Yes, in Canva. So in Canva, if you want to remove the background of something, like you put a picture up into Canva that looks like this. Okay, so me with the painting behind me and the chair and everything else. But what if I just want me for a thumbnail? Can I do that? Yes, in Canva Pro, I can do that, which is fantastic. If you don't have Canva
a really
Pro,
cool feature.
So cool. There's something like removebackgrounds.com or something like that, which will also remove a background. Or if you have Photoshop and you know how to do that, which I have, you can also remove a background in Photoshop.
More
but
work.
I actually,
it's not just like one click like Canva.
So much more work.
Canva is one click.
I love it. I mean, I still use Photoshop every single day with Canva because I love them both, but Canva is super awesome. So thank you for mentioning that, Keith. Really appreciate it. And Tom said, yay, Halloween. Woo! We love Halloween. We love, love, love our Halloween, right? I mean, you got to have, wait, I'm just going to.
Are we doing this now
Yeah,
already?
we are. So I'm just going to get ready. Oh, you can barely see. You can barely see what I got here. Hey, I've got my stuff.
This is a warm-up. It's a Halloween warm-up.
So we're getting ready for Halloween here.
We are warming
and
up.
Yeah, absolutely. So check out tonight's moonrise happening now in the east. Beautiful. Oh. Thank you, Dale. Thank you for saying that because it is the full moon.
Is it?
It is the full moon. So guys,
is that what he meant?
Look outside. It is the full moon. And even until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, you should still be able to see the full moon.
Yeah,
so
but the moon rise is when it's like the biggest
right?
thing coming out.
And it's so gorgeous.
Right.
So especially over the mountains here, we just absolutely love that. Sheila said, thank you. Hello, Miss Iris. Thank you, Sheila. She loves it when you say that. Keith said it is scary, but Keith, I don't know what is scary now because maybe Halloween or maybe that we get dressed up all the time.
Halloween or the moonrise.
I don't know. But anyway, listen,
Keith
guys.
might be a werewolf. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
That's why the moonrise might be scary to him.
I know. That's why we need photographs and videos so that we know.
Right.
We need to know. Inquiring minds, we need to know. All right, my friends. Thank you so, so very much. I am going to go to our end screen so that we can do, honey, come over.
I'm over.
I'm going to go to our end screen so that we can do
and that's how close we are.
This is for our end screen. We need just like 15 or 20 seconds now so that we are able to post next week's, or whatever video I want to post there. It's going to be there. It's going to be there. And you will see it. So subscribe to our channel. That's the circle. Watch this next. That's what's coming next. Or next week, show up for how to make trending shorts videos in Canva for Halloween. Woo! Or any holiday that's coming up. This is great for Thanksgiving. This is great for Christmas. This is great for New Year's. You are going to learn. Okay, so show up next week. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate you. We are going to say our dating game goodbyes.
Okay.
Goodbye, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next video. Ciao.
Toodles.
Oh, I'm trying something new. All right. Bye, guys. Let's see if this works.
Hi.